And hello everyone, today in the video I'll tell you about the recently published Bulletin number 250, which is now being discussed on the gymnastics forums. It is because of it that rhythmic gymnastics can really be excluded from the Olympic program. But let me tell you gradually what to be afraid of, and whether to be afraid at all. In the published Bulletin, there is especially no interesting information, with the exception of 3 paragraphs, which can lead to serious consequences, namely, the exclusion of gymnastics from the Olympic discipline, or the second option for including male rhythmic gymnastics to the Olympic program. Both options sound shocking, given that men's rhythmic gymnastics is still not so developed. So the IOC said that at the Olympic Games in 2024, which will be held in Paris, there will be gender equality in all disciplines among the participants. Based on this, already in Paris we should see men in gymnastics. But how is gender equality calculated? Each discipline is alone or all together. The Gymnastics Federation includes, in addition to rhythmic gymnastics, women's and men's artistic gymnastics, as well as performance on the springboard. Based on all these sports, male gymnasts perform. However, if equality concerned each type separately, then in rhythmic gymnastics there are clearly problems with the male criterion. And if we mean that there is complete equality of every kind and every discipline, then every sport must align these indicators among them. Accordingly, for rhythmic gymnastics, it is necessary to urgently recruit men and bring them to the Olympics in Paris, or get rid of rhythmic gymnastics altogether so as not to spoil the statistics. As it is written in the bulletin, the problem of gymnastics is precisely that it's only one-sided and not balanced due to the rhythmic gymnastics, where at the moment only girls take part in the Olympic Games. Thomas Bach said in one of his interviews that one of the main and priority principles of the Olympics is to achieve equality in participation in all games. And so the goal at the 2024 Olympics will be to ensure equal participation of men and women in all the competitions and disciplines where possible. The clause where possible, of course, reduces the intensity of passions. However, in almost all achievements, goals are quite realistic, with the exception of rhythmic gymnastics and synchronized swimming. This information should be especially worrisome when it comes to the Russian fans. The solution to the problem will directly depend on what exactly the IOC wants to achieve. If gender equality is among all sports, then there will be nothing with rhythmic gymnastics and synchronized swimming. If the IOC wants to achieve gender equality in every sport, then rhythmic gymnastics will have problems, and they can only be solved in 2 ways. The first is the inclusion of men's rhythmic gymnastics in the Olympic program, which means that places for girls will be reduced by 50%. That is, it will be either one competition where there will be half of the men and half of the women, or another discipline like gymnastics, but the places for girls will in any case be reduced, and fewer female athletes will take part in the Olympics, since the Games also has limitations in terms of numbers of athletes. Well, the second option is the exclusion of rhythmic gymnastics from the Olympic program for gender inequality. In principle, men's rhythmic gymnastics exists in the world, although it is not monotonous yet. In countries, there are different directions about which I talked in one of the videos. There is a possibility that we will match mixed performances at world tournaments. Perhaps by 2024, gymnastics will not change so much and it will be given a break. But by 2028, I think something will definitely happen. The very goal of achieving gender equality in sports by excluding the sport from the Olympic training program is not very pleasant, and I want to believe that this will not happen. But I would not mind seeing men's rhythmic gymnastics at the Olympics. True, I prefer the option of how it works in artistic gymnastics, rather than mixed competitions. Still, in any case, this is a different gymnastics and a different level of training. Write in the comments what do you think about this whole situation and men's rhythmic gymnastics in the Olympic program. After all, if a decision is made to include men in rhythmic gymnastics, then a big scandal will arise in the world. What kind of gymnastics will be included in the Japanese program, which is developing in Russia, or the Spanish one, which is very close to women's rhythmic gymnastics? So here's such a frightening and at the same time intriguing news. We will follow them. I will keep you informed if there are any explanations. Well, that's it for today. Remember that I love you and we'll see you really soon in the next video. For now, goodbye. The video was translated and dubbed by Alexandra Sinica.